welcome to my first video of 2026. I wanted to do a little tarot reading to see who our spirit guides are for this upcoming year. Some confirmations that this message might be for you is if you're off to a really slow start in 2026. I feel like this collective will have this feeling that things are coming for them this year, that they do have good things coming their way in the year of 2026, and yet the beginning feels very slow, stagnant, moving through a lot of stuck energy right now. You might feel very lethargic, and it's slowly like you're moving through it. It just feels very sticky energy. And I think that's just kind of how this year is going to go. I think this year is going to feel like a very slow start for this collective, and then it's going to kind of take off. Because I had a very slow morning today, and then it's 2 p.m. right now. It's 2:09. At least that's what the clock says. And I was kind of just doing random shit all morning, and then I sat down to film this video. I hit record, and then all of a sudden I got all these texts today, and someone was ringing my door to try to get in the building. It just feels very all of a sudden things are gonna really pick up speed, but it's gonna take some time for that to happen, and then once it happens, it's gonna be like a switch flipped on. I'm seeing a radio volume. It just gets cranked to the hell up. That's what I'm seeing. Did we get our first card? So I wanted to do this spirit animal based reading. Actually, I don't want to take that card yet because I'm gonna keep thinking. I'm gonna keep shuffling. It's gonna be a spirit animal based reading to see who is really going to be our primary spirit guides for 2026, who we can look to for guidance, for inspiration, for support. I want to get a direct message from the spirit team that is really going to be holding our hands throughout this year. So I'm going to primarily get the energy through the Spirit of the Animals Oracle, and then I'm going to kind of clarify it with some tarot maybe, and then maybe we'll throw some other decks in there, but we'll see. So first, I want to just see, who was our spirit guide for last year to kind of go off of that into the reading. So last year, meaning 2025, who was this collective's primary spirit guide to really identify what was going on last year and how that goes into this year, but also how that's going to change this year. Thank you, Spirit. This collective's primary spirit guide from last year, from 2025. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so the first card that came out was the Lynx, Keeper of Secrets. I'll show you. Lynx is characterized by Keeper of Secrets. Can you see that? There we go. So it says, take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. Yeah, I feel like 2025 was a preparation year, and then 2026 is going to be when things really start happening for you, because we've got another card out, which is Ram, Perseverance. See that? Those rams. I love their horns. Coolest freaking horns. It says, you have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. 2025, I feel like it probably felt very difficult. I think a lot of people in this collective were moving through some really difficult energy, but just the way I feel right now, compared to how I was feeling before I hit record on this video, I feel very motivated, and just it's almost like my heart's beating really fast. It's almost like coming back to life, turning on, you're being turned on in 2026, whereas in 2025, that came shooting the hell out. I love this. This is one of my favorite cards. Dragonfly Magic. Dragonfly Magic. Oh, that card is so freaking pretty. And then another card, Hummingbird Miracles. So this is all still 2025 energy. I feel like you really just did a lot of shadow work, a lot of unearthing things about yourself that like probably took years to really get to the crux of. And then 2025 was the year where you finally had to hunker down and deal with a lot of difficult emotions, a lot of probably like inner child healing, shadow healing, things that you ignored for a long time. You probably felt like you just had to ignore a lot of the underlying issues just to get by and survive in life. But then 2025 brought them all to the surface. So it was a lot of like Keeper of Secrets is giving me that you were probably going through things that no one else knew anything about, and you were just dealing with this really dark energy, really difficult energy, and just persevering and like hoping. I think it was almost, it probably felt like blind faith, like blindly hoping that something was going to come out of all of this work. You were doing that no one recognized you for, that no one even knew about. Ooh, something just came out of the tarot deck. Got Death reversed. And I actually want to check. Yep, Death reversed. So I think, ooh, that's exactly what I was just saying. So the whole of 2025 felt like you were closing all of these cycles that were probably going on for years. I want to say 3 to 5 years is what I'm getting, like cycles that lasted 3 to 5 years, but it could have been longer, could have felt longer, could have felt like this was a lifetime issue that you've been dealing with. Even if it maybe wasn't in actuality, it could have just like could have felt so long that it could have, that things, that feelings or emotions kind of got imprinted on your brain, and they felt like they had always been there and that you were always going to have them. But then towards the end of the year, it's like you were finally coming to this death and finally learning to see yourself for all of you are, for learning to see the miracles that you bring to the world, the joy that you bring to the world, and the magic that is within you, within all of your pain, within all of your trauma, within all of your problems is so much wisdom and so much magic, and you can actually alchemize that. I think last year was like the first time that you really understood the idea of alchemy and how you can turn all of the pain that you suffer into something beautiful, into something good. And that's not to like take away from how bad it was and how painful it was. It's just saying that you really learned that that can be your power, that pain can be your power, that trauma can be your power, and it can teach you so much about yourself. And it's hard because it's like temperance reverse just popped out, and it's like it's so hard to balance that with not romanticizing trauma, without romanticizing the pain you went to, because it's not saying that like you wouldn't have the wisdom you have now without going through all of those terrible things. Like there is still a feeling of like, you know, you shouldn't have had to go through those things to get to the place you are now. But those stories were kind of like a fast track to all of the wisdom that is within you. And there is a sense of like, you are a very special person. Like you have so much magic inside you. So like you probably just attract these very big stories. Like that's all I want to say is like you attract very big stories. Like you probably have experiences where you're telling someone a story and they're like gobsmacked. Like you always have like a story to tell, whether it's big or small. Like you always have a story to tell. And I think even that is telling me that like, yeah, it's like I need to think about how I want to say this. Like even just the fact that you can tell the story is something so remarkable. Even like, because a lot of this is really dark and difficult energy, as I was saying, and like you turn it into a story. Maybe it makes people laugh. Like maybe you have a very dark sense of humor, Or maybe it's just like moving to people. You tell your story and it moves people. You say things just offhand that you don't even really think about, and yet it's exactly what someone needed to hear at that time in their life, because you like unlocked the wisdom within you. So these stories that you suffered really unlocked so much wisdom within you. So it's kind of balancing like that. You're not lacking the acknowledgement of the pain of it, of the darkness of it. You're just acknowledging that you have so much wisdom because you suffered, and suffering provides you with so much wisdom. So it's almost like having so much gratitude for the wisdom you have, and still honoring yourself, honoring your past self, that was really difficult, and yet I am so powerful, and yet I am so wise, and yet I am so passionate and so creative, and I can turn those stories into art. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a writer, maybe you're a creator in some way, but you can turn those into something that really moves people. I want to move on to 2026 now. So that's kind of the groundwork for what was going on last year. So let's now move into who our primary spirit guides will be in 2026. Thank you, Spirit. Who are the primary spirit guides for this collective? All right, let's just start with those actually. I want to really think about these. This is really interesting actually, because of just the colors. I'm just thinking about the colors. So the first two came out reversed, which is very, very interesting to me. Okay. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee and clear my chakras. So the first card, Bison Abundance reversed. Let me just show you these guys. Look at that. They are so freaking cool. Oh, came out reversed. Can't move my freaking hands. And then we got Lizard Regeneration reversed. I love this card so much. And the last card that we got out was Wolf Pathfinder. The wolf is always one of my main spirit animals. I just like look at the eyes. They're so mesmerizing. You may have a very magnetizing eyes. Doesn't matter what color they are, they're just very magnetizing. They're very sultry and soulful. Like I feel like you have such a deep soul, and that really shows through your eyes. So the reason I said something about the colors, like it really looks like there's like a transformation happening, because we start out with this purpley blue, and then we go to this purple and orange card, and the last card is like red, orangey, brown. So it's like, I feel like last year you were so heady. The reason I say that is because like the upper chakras, your third eye, your crown, your throat, they're all purple, blue, those types of colors. And your bottom chakras that are primarily like live in the body, live in the core of your body, that's the more grounded, earthy colors, red, orange, brown. So it's really interesting that our central card has both, and then we go into a more grounded state. So I feel like everything you learned last year is really coming into the earth realm. You know what I mean? Like it's grounding. So you had to learn a lot last year. And the buffalo, bison, but yeah, like the buffalo, sacred buffalo. Let's read this actually. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom, keep me warm through the storms of life, fill my life with goodness, teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. So the fact that this came out reversed, I feel like all the work that you did last year really taught you about gratitude. That's what I'm like. that's the main thing coming through, is like I really want to focus on gratitude. You really had to learn how to be grateful for all of the things that you have within you, because I think before last year you didn't see anything to be grateful for that was inside you. It's not saying that you were like, you know, ungrateful. It's just saying that, like, I think you had to work through a lot of healing within yourself to see that you have so much abundance in you. You have so much in you that you need to show gratitude for, because I think a lot of parts of yourself you used to feel resentment towards, you used to blame yourself for things that happened. So last year was really a learning phase where you really realized to love yourself. Just let's just leave it at that, just put it simply. And it was also a period of regeneration. So you were really regenerating a lot. I'm going to say unlearning a lot. Like, you unlearned a lot that you were taught, especially in regards to yourself. So I feel like through all of your trials and tribulations of life, you were taught that there was something you were doing wrong. There was something you were at fault for. And that's why these things were happening. And I think you were really transforming all of those thoughts, really regenerating your mind to understand that actually you just have a magic to you. You have a light to you. You are just a miracle. You bring joy to the world. And that can attract so much positive energy towards you, but it can also attract a lot of dark energy towards you, because dark energy wants to, like, you know, suck the light out of everyone. And like they're just like this, like, empty, how do I say this, like, it's like they attract light to them and then they snuff it out. It's like I'm getting fire. Like they just, like, I want to say blow out your candle or blow out your flame, but it's not even that. It's like your candle, like, burns through them so quickly and then they're just, like, burnt to a crisp. I don't know if I'm, like, how to say this exactly. Maybe that's, like, we can just leave the visuals at that. So the fact that the last card we got was Wolf, Pathfinder, is showing me that now that you really regenerated all of those thoughts, rewired your brain to see the good in you and the magic in you, and not these hateful things that people taught you to hate about yourself. You only see the good. And that was a really long process to unlearn all of that, to take that power away from all of the hateful energy you were given, to all the hateful energy you were taught. You had to, it was a long process, but now it's like you're finally finding your path and what your magic means, what your like, how you can let this exist in the world. It was a lot of internal work before, and now you might be seeing it already, like, that you're finding little ways to bring your lightness to the world, and to bring your light to the world, to bring your magic to the world. And that is really going to take off this year. You are finding your path. And something about the wolf is release your past and start a new journey. That's the first line. You are releasing your past. I feel you healed so much about your past last year, and now it finally feels like you can release it. You are a teacher and help others find their way. That's what I'm saying. Like, your magic is, you're figuring out that you have so much wisdom that can help other people, that you have so much light within you that can help other people. Those stories, those dark stories that you went through, you found a way to share your story, to tell your story in a way that heals other people. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. So it comes, this is reminding me back to the ram that we got for last year. It's like, all the things you learned last year, namely perseverance, because you didn't give up when it was like you had to stick with this inner work so long and just keep unearthing things, unearthing all of these lessons about yourself that were inside you, healing all of your shadows. Truly, it was a long process, it was a difficult process, but you persevered, and that perseverance that you learned is going to stay. That is going to give you such an enduring power. You're not going to be like a one-hit wonder. You are, maybe that's significant for someone. Maybe someone loves music or produces or creates music, but you're not, like, you have that perseverance, that strength, that resilience within you, and that is going to push you forward. So this isn't gonna be, that might be why the beginning of this year feels really slow, because it's like you're learning how to be slow and like how to not just go from one end of the spectrum to the other. Like, I feel like that's really important. You're learning how to not be so hot and cold. You're learning how to like let things simmer. That feels really important. Like, just let things simmer, let them go, let them grow to their fullest just fruition, and not be, I don't want to say impatient, because it's not like, how do I say this? I feel like you're learning how to be grateful for the really, for like the small rewards more than the big ones. Like, you're not really looking for, you're learning how like all of these small goals that you achieve will really stack up into something big, into something beautiful. And you're not just looking for that one big win that is just going to like put you in a good place forever. You're not looking to win the lottery. You're not looking to have like a viral video of your content creator. You're not looking, like, you're looking to see, like, you're learning to see how all of these really small things that you're accomplishing are really just giving you so much momentum to keep going. And it's like, yeah, you're learning how to balance stillness with motivation, and you're not afraid of stagnancy anymore, because you know that you've developed like this conversation with your body, and you're really comfortable talking to your body now, and you know that stagnancy just means that your body needs to be still. That just means that you need to take care of your body in order for your body to carry you, in order for your body to produce the magic in your mind that is going to turn into, you know, great content, great art, great music, whatever, whatever you're passionate about. Because I feel like a large number of this collective is like passionate artists or writers or musicians, like, just, I feel like a very artsy vibe. So yeah, you're really learning how to like endure with creativity. I'm seeing the mindful message card, infinite creativity, in my mind's eye right now. Like, you're really learning that like you have learned so much, you have gone through so much, and your creativity has endured through all of it, and it will never leave you. Even if you go through little like dry spouts or whatever where you're not creating anything, your creativity always returns, right? Because that's something inside you that can't be taken away no matter what happens. It is yours. And so you're really learning to not fear the stagnant periods, the periods where you're just resting and you're not doing anything. You're really learning to find gratitude that you now have, your body now has such a loud voice to communicate with you and tell you when it needs rest, so that when you do come back to creating, to producing, whatever, you're so much stronger, you're so much clearer, you're so much wiser, you have so much more to give. So you're really not fearing that anymore. So I feel like this year is going to be characterized by a lot of balance. Like, you're so perfectly balanced now because you went through last year and learned so much, and now you can really come into balance with stagnancy and yet forward movement. So I think this year is going to be not necessarily like huge movements, huge sprints. It's going to be a steady jog, right? It's going to be like you have so much coming for you, but it's not going to like be one huge thing and then fizzle out. No, it's going to be like a steady rise, and that is so much more enduring than like a quick up that all comes right back down immediately. You are a steady rise, you're going up a steady slope, and because you have developed such strong roots last year that you really can't fail. So I want to get one more card from the spirit animals to see if there's anything else that wants to come out of here, and then let's quick clarify it with the tarot. I have one more card about this collective's spirit guides for this year. Oh, wow. Okay, I was not expecting that card to come out. Birds could be really important. I'm just gonna say that. I'm always attracted to the birds on this card. So we got the deer card, the love card. So, this could be a love message. I'm just gonna say that. You could be falling in love this year. You could just be finally falling in love with yourself, which is kind of, I just love that message. I feel like this year will be the year that you finally fall in love with yourself after so much pain, after so much suffering, after so many years of resenting yourself and hating yourself. You are finally falling in love with yourself. You set the groundwork last year, and now it's finally ready to happen. That beautiful balance within you that's characterized by love, by self-love, right? So this says, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. I feel like this is just really grounding all of the work you're going to accomplish this year with love. Like, you can't let your creativity or your inspiration be guided by negative feelings, by negative self-talk, by negative feelings towards yourself, when it is grounded and inspired by the idea of love, by the idea of honoring yourself, of loving yourself. It is so much more lasting. It is so much stronger. And I'm not even saying like maybe your creativity, maybe your whatever you do does touch on very dark topics, and you interact with your past, with your dark past, with the dark energies of the past. You may still do that, and that might be even more powerful to encounter those dark energies with love. And that's going to make the message so much stronger and so much more powerful. I'm gonna just clarify. Ooh, this deck just got real sticky. So I think we're moving through sticky energy, and now we know what it's all for. We're still moving through sticky energy, and I really want you to know that that is okay. That is completely okay, and it doesn't say anything about where you're going. The sticky energy you're moving through right now is very important for all of the things that are coming for you this year, because you're really first card. I mean, you can't make it up. And it's crazy because I always take note of how the Temperance card and the Star card are like mirrors to each other. Like, they both have to do with like the cups, like the pouring water and the cups. Let me show you. Especially because we got Temperance reversed last year, and then this year we got the Star. Like, I just love it so much. I love the synchronicity. What card just fell? Queen of Cups. This year is going to be like, again, you set so much groundwork this year, and now I feel like this year is going to be so soft, so emotionally fulfilling. So like, you're really learning how to be so grateful for all of the soft aspects of yourself, for all the soft aspects of life. Like, it's not necessarily like tangible things that you're seeking. It's like you are really just learning how to fall in love with yourself, as I said, and achieve this beautiful balance within you that is truly like the light. That is like the light within you. You are honoring that part of yourself, right? Like you are honoring this fluidity of life, and now you feel so grateful for it. You feel so fulfilled by letting yourself flow. Like, and I feel like this is going to be, I said it like I think this is a lot of creative beings in this correct collective, and you are like just entering that beautiful flow state of creativity, and you're just letting yourself flow, and the most beautiful artwork, the most beautiful aspects of life come from flow, come from just literal flow state. So the water in this is really important. I said that as my nose starts running. Like my nose always starts like running. My nose starts itching because we're flowing. It's a flow state, baby. I kind of want to get like, this is so powerful actually. Yeah, water is important. Gold could be important. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a little bit more. So we have one more card. Anything we need to know about this year, of our spirit team this year? Ooh, wait, I need to clarify that. Wow. That is okay. You know, I feel like we're gonna say it again. Like, you are letting go of all of the old ways you used to judge yourself, all of the old ways that other people used to judge you, and how you let that kind of guide you, because this came out with the King of Wands, and we got a queen out here, we got a king out here, again balance, but I think the fact that Judgment reversed was followed right by the King of Wands, it's like all of the old projections that were placed upon you cannot even touch you anymore, because you are sitting in your fire, your confidence. You are letting your own light fill you, and it's like, I'm just seeing a being that is like engulfed in golden white light, and like no one can freaking touch them. Like they're invincible. I'm seeing the star in Mario Kart. It's like any other judgments that were placed upon you before, especially like I'm getting like big energies in your life. This might have been family for you. I'm sorry if it was. This might have just been like important people in your life, or authority figures. Like, yeah, it could have been authority figures. Anything that was placed upon you, maybe it's just like rules in society, like these like fake ass rules that have no place of like dictating our lives. All of those old judgments they can't touch you anymore. They can't project on you anymore. They can't impact the way you live your life, because you have developed such a strength, such a confidence. Like this is king energy. King energy. Like no, these other ideas can't touch you. You're really learning how to trust your intuition, to trust that your fire, the things that light you up, the things that make you feel so passionate, are the only things that matters. Anything that anyone else has to say about you, about what you're doing, about what you're creating, about how you're living your life, they are no more, because you trust that like after everything you suffered, after all the inner work you've done, you still have this fire, this creative power, this passion inside you. And that is where you want to put all of your energy in life, because that is the only thing anymore that lights you up. And you have to preserve that, or it just feels fatal. Because that is the only thing you want to live for, is that fire within yourself. It's the year of the fire horse, baby. You are the fire horse. You are living for the fire. And like, no one can put your fire out. You have really located that last ember. Everyone tried to put your fire out your whole life, but last year you did so much work and you located that one ember that was still glowing. You had to search for a long time, but you found it, and now you're blowing at it, and the fire is picking up. And I feel like more embers lit up towards the end of last year, and now there's a spark. There is a spark, and soon your fire is going to light up the whole world. Ugh. I'm so excited. So excited. I got the sunstone right here. That feels important. Look at that fire. Carnelian, that's like really important for this reading as well. Fiery energy, sacral chakra energy, where your passion, your creativity lives, where the joy center lives. Like, that's all really important, especially because this is such a fiery energy card. Maybe you got some fire in your astrology chart. I don't know. But get excited. That's all I have to say. Get excited. Let yourself move through this stagnant energy. Give yourself so much love, so much grace, because it's only fueling your fire. And you need this time to rest, because big things are coming. Big things are coming. Oh, God. Isn't that such good news? It's such good news. Okay, I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please let me know. I would love to know who your fire is, what your fire is, what are you doing? I want to know. All right. Goodbye.